Welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Spartans! What is your profession?
Mark King Film Productions.
Spartans! Spartans!
This man to me is the best fitness trainer in all Colorado. He'll probably tell you, he's okay. He's one, but he's one of the best. I would like to introduce my man Bobby. Bobby, what's going on, dog?
Again, I appreciate all the homage, but it's my saying, not the best trainer, but I'm the best at what I do.
What was the road to you even getting into fitness or even thinking about being a trainer?
Well, honestly, it kind of all started when I got out the Navy. Woke up one day, looked in the mirror. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. I wasn't happy with the person I was looking back at. Started doing little things, going to the gym, eating a little better. That's kind of how it started. I started my education journey over at MSU Denver, and that's where I met my mentor, Summer Side. With her having my back, I was able to get up on this exercise science journey.
Spartans! What is your profession? Spartans! Spartans!
Welcome to Let's Talk About It, a podcast show for real talk, real people, and real stories.
We'll take a quick commercial break to hear a word from our sponsor.
Mark King Film Productions, professional audio and video editing services. We provide podcast editing, video ads, social media ads, wedding videos, and more. Follow us on Instagram, Mark King Film Productions, for all your editing needs. Mark King Film Productions.
Welcome everybody to episode 8 of Let's Talk About It, a podcast that gives a platform for real talk, real people, real topics, real conversations. Today's guest is a man who started me out on my journey. Some of us has trainers, some of us was worried about how the way they came about to become a trainer. My guest today will talk about his beginning of being a fitness trainer, his road to being a fitness trainer, how it is about being a fitness trainer today, the ins and outs. Now, this man to me is the best fitness trainer in all Colorado. He'll probably tell you, he's okay. He's one, but he's one of the best. I would like to introduce my man Bobby. Bobby, what's going on, dog?
What's going on, Lou, man? Again, I appreciate all the homage, but it's my saying, not the best trainer, but I'm the best at what I do, right?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, people don't understand. Like, I'll get into it later on, but this man right here saved my life. And gave me a purpose. So I'm going to explain that later on. Bobby, let's get right down to it. Before we get into your role on how you became a trainer, right? Mm-hmm. Let's talk about you a little bit. Tell something about Bobby right now.
Well, Bobby as a whole, I'm a single dad. I have a 9-year-old son. Stuff I like to do outside of the gym. I'm a big kid, so I like to build Legos.
All right.
It's like meditation, mindful exercises for me. And then let's see. Other stuff I like snowboard, just like everybody else in Colorado. Hit a hike every now and then. But being originally from California, San Diego, nothing replaces the beach, man. So do miss the beach. Try to get out there at least, once or twice a year to see the fam, aunts, uncles, and all that. So yeah, it's kind of me in a nutshell.
All right. There you go. San Diego, California. All right. So look, let's start off from the very beginning. Like, what was describe your road of like going down? Like let's start off from the beginning. Like, what was the road to you even getting into fitness or even thinking about being a trainer?
Well, honestly, it kind of all started when I got out the Navy. Okay. Yeah, I got out the Navy, I believe, back in 2011. And then kind of, was just doing my own thing for a little bit, oddball jobs here and there. And it kind of just like woke up one day, looked in the mirror. I'm sure a lot of people can relate. Just, I wasn't happy with the person I was, that was looking back at me.
Okay.
So, just started to make a change, just started doing little things, going to the gym, eating a little better. And at that time, I just started school. Um, I just started school back in what 2000. I want to say like 2016 is when like I started school, and wasn't too sure what I wanted to do as far as school, but kind of just like backdropped in my head. Well, I kind of always I liked working out when I did, because I wasn't consistent with it, prior. So I was like, why not take a stab at that, see what I can do with that. So that's kind of how it started. I started my education journey over at MSU Denver. They have a great exercise science program, and that's where I met my mentor, Summer Sides. Hats off to her because she taught me everything I know.
Yeah.
Answered every question I had, and the answers that she didn't have, she was like, I'll go find someone that does. So with her having my back, I was able to, get up on this this exercise science journey.
Mm.
Um, and schooling was normally 4 years. I was able to do it in 3.5, with summer school and everything like that. And I was on an IDP for my minor actually, which Summer actually helped me put together because originally my minor was nutrition, but a lot of people don't know that if you're not a registered dietitian or a nutritionist, like certified and everything, you can't prescribe, you can't prescribe nutritional like plans or anything like that.
Okay.
You can, us as trainers, it's a thin line. We can always suggest, right? It's all about wordage. We can always suggest on what, as far as like when it comes to nutrition. But like I said, I wasn't planning really on taking that deep of a dive with my nutrition. So I have the basics, and I talked to Summer, and she was like, "Well, there's this other route we can take. It's called the IDP route, where you pull a different bunch of classes that make sense to what you want to actually do in your field."
What's
And
IDP, Bobby?
so an IDP is an individual. Oh man, you caught me off guard.
I'm over
IDP, individual program. It's an individual program basically.
Okay, I got you.
Individual degree program. There we go. See,
There you go.
it's been a minute, man. I graduated in 2019, so.
It's all right.
But yeah, so yeah, I told Summer, I was like, I don't see myself becoming a registered dietitian or a certified nutritionist. What are my other options? She's like, well, we got the IDP route. And she broke it down. She's like, well, what do you want to do? I was like, well, ultimately, I want to work with, work with law enforcement, firefighters, anybody in that tactical community, right?
Okay.
Because I didn't really have that option when I was going through like prepping myself to go into the Navy for boot camp, stuff like that. All they told us like, hey, you got to do push-ups, sit-ups, and you got to run a mile. Like, but there's a lot more to that when you get into the field. There's a lot of stuff that you don't know that you're going to have to get into that you need to be like physically fit for, right?
Yeah.
So again, kind of all keeping all that mindset, telling her that she's like, well, let's look at the catalog and let's pull these classes together and see if we can get an IDP. And yeah, pulling from psychology, physical fitness, different departments to where I can be a tool. Once I start working with those tactical athletes, and I have, stuff that we're doing is working and it's awesome. So my minor is actually titled. Oh man, now shoot, man, caught me off guard with that one too. Shoot,
That's okay, bro.
hey man.
It's all right.
But yeah, there we go. Tactical sports performance. That's the title of my minor.
Tactical sports performance, man. That sounds like important, bro. For real.
Yeah, well, it's like, when you compare like, your traditional athlete and your tactical athlete, your athlete is, competing, right? It's competing in,
Yeah.
certain leagues, things like that. When you talk about your tactical athlete, when they're training, it's training more for like survival, right? Depending on what they're doing, in their field. So again, pulling from those different categories trying to get that IDP together. We finally got one and got it approved and was good to go. Yeah, and again, hats off to Summer for that one. I was sticking with me through and through.
There you go. Now, when you go to these class, it's a class, right? Like,
Well, it's a bunch of different classes built, right? So it's like anywhere from, it could be seven, we'll say 7 to 12 different type of classes. Like one could be sports psychology, your other could be, your basics of firefighting,
okay.
things like that. That way the IDP comes together as a whole and it matches the tactical sports performance title.
And these teachers that you got to do all these, so you got to do it with the instructors, and they break it down to you. You just do it physically and do like speeches or whatever you guys do.
Exactly. So it's just like, any kind of other college course, you do the homework, you do the coursework. We have our small groups, big groups. We have our debates, why does this make sense in one field, but it doesn't make sense in the other field type stuff. So it's
Okay.
still like your traditional classroom setup. But now it's just more, it's going towards something that's gonna help me in the long run, as opposed to just being kind of more standard.
All right. So
Yeah.
you got your, I guess, like it's like a fitness training degree, as you might as well call it.
No, it's not a fitness training degree, but
But it's like something else.
so a lot of the courses that we go through for that degree is, like kinesiology, how the muscles move, how they're connected, where they
Oh,
start
dang.
from, where they end, where they go into, where they come out. Like it
Dang.
goes a lot deeper than your traditional, like your trainer cert, like your personal trainer cert or your group fitness cert.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, just like I said, you go a lot deeper into the material, which I think is great because it then preps you for your certifications. You have that much more firepower, if you will, as opposed to just, kind of taking it on your own and just, headstrong, right?
So these guys teach you all basically like all the muscle groups in your body and stuff like that.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't talk about that, man.
No, yeah,
Like
a lot.
you hear
And
about this stuff.
yeah, no, and a lot of the instructors too are former doctors or current doctors, current physical therapists, current trainers, which is awesome because they're able to relate their experiences in that field and like prep us to like what we're gonna get ready for, right? Like
Okay.
what we may run into. Um, and our gym that you were a part of, our gym was is a little bit more older, right? Has a little
Yeah.
bit more older population. So again, they're really good of creating this class of special populations that include populations like the elderly. And if we were going into a gym that's going to be dealing with that population, what
Okay.
do we need to look out for? What should we be prepared for? Things like that. So, like I said, when I say MSU Denver has a great exercise science program, they really do.
Wow. So it all comes. It's like different everything, man. Like the steps of being so like this different training, like
Yeah.
different trainers, right? Like all the
Yep.
different professions and stuff like that. Because a lot of us thought it was all right. You guys all go to one school, and it's all the same, but everything is different.
Yep. Everything's different. Because there's other companies out there. Like I'm certified through ACE. That's my personal training cert. But a couple of my trainer buddies are certified through ISSA or ASM or ACSM. A couple other ones out there too. And they all have similar guidelines. It's just it's how you retain the material essentially.
Okay.
Anybody that's looking to be a trainer, I always say do your research, look up the companies, things like that. Because you don't have to go to a college program to get your degree to become a trainer. You can, put in the extra work on your own and get the study material, things like that, and take the certification just, out of your pocket. Like I said, not everybody, again, has to go to a college, institution to get their credit, if you want to call it like that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right. Let's get into when you first got your first job. What was it at the
Okay.
gym that we met?
Yeah, actually it was. So in my senior year, we have to do what's known as the senior experience, right? It's
Yeah.
pretty much just an internship. We have this database where, our faculty has reached out to different institutions, would you take the MSU students and, let them intern? And I fell upon Anytime Fitness because they were in our database and I just happened to call. I was like, hey, are you guys happen to accepting interns? And who I spoke to, she wasn't sure just yet. So she had talked to her boss and they called me back probably like 30 minutes later. And they're like, actually, yeah, send us your info. And then my boss will reach out to you, set up a meeting, things like that. I was like, all right, cool. Probably like a week later, met with the boss, Michael, and it was cool because we met up at Chipotle, had this kind of like in-doc interview, got to know each other. It was cool. And come to find out, we went to the same high school.
Okay.
He was an upperclassman, I was a lower classman. And it was cool. It was just like, small world, right? And then started interning there. And then my internship was up in and December of 2019,
Okay.
2019. And so we had this cool they had this holiday party was right around Christmas time and they invited me. I didn't think I was like, hey, I'm just the intern, But they're like, no, you put in the work, you come. I felt real honored. And then shoot, they were really trying to make me cry because they gave me this gift card or this holiday card that everybody wrote in it, signed it, and yeah, man, just trying to make me cry. But so after that, it was about like a 2 month little hiatus. I was just kind of, floating in limbo, training here and there, just random people. And then I get the call from Michael. Say, hey man, wanna sit down, talk to you about offering you a position here. Like, what? For real? That's cool. So, long story short, we sat down, offered me the job, took it. Had some great leadership along the way, and then 4 years later, still there. So got a great team there. So if you're in the Colorado area, come see us.
All right. Now, when you did your internship, like, what do you do when you go to your internship? When you start training with somebody, accepts you to be an intern, like, what do you guys do?
So when you get accepted as an intern, you're basically just learning the ins and outs, right? You're doing the job with that, getting paid for it essentially. Yes,
Okay.
there's some paid internships out there, but for the most part, you're putting in the work for the experience, right? The
Okay.
internship is for the experience. So basically, I was learning the ins and outs of how the gym was running. Mike broke down like the membership side of everything on how that runs, and the trainer that was there at the time, Andrea, she took me under her belt, kind of showed me the ropes of the training. Awesome trainer. She knew the ins and out of that training program, and it helped me a lot. And then it helped me a lot to build the program to what it is today.
Okay. All
So
right. All right. All
yeah,
right.
like internships, you just learn the ins and outs, the nitty gritty.
Like I remember when I was there, what was David, right? He was your intern, right?
Oh yeah, Dave Brent, yeah, good old Brent,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Right.
he was basically my intern, and yeah,
Yeah.
man, now he's going strong with us too. He's head dude in the membership office now. He's training too, so got him going as well.
I miss that kid, man.
He's a good
All
dude.
right,
He's a
Mike.
good dude.
Tell me, what is the importance to you with nutrition when working out?
So a lot of people, because it's been preached for so long, like to lose weight, stop eating, right? Stop eating,
Yeah.
eat less. That's not necessarily the thing. You got to feed the body right, and it starts in the kitchen. Like for me, I love cooking, so for the most part, everything I try to eat, I try to cook. But everybody's busy, myself included. So we'll have those fast food, drive-throughs, and and that's okay. And that's okay. We got to live our life. And there's also healthy options through that drive-through. A lot of people don't understand that too.
Yep.
But nutrition is very important. It is very important when it comes to putting on muscle mass, losing weight. whatever the goal is, nutrition is up there. You got to do your research. Got to do your research, and I highly suggest hiring a nutritionist or just to get your all your numbers. There's calculators out there that'll give you how many how many carbs, proteins, fats that you need to intake. But honestly, working with a nutritionist will give you that much more education, that more much more education on what you need to fuel the body, right? Because that's what a lot of people struggle with is what do I need to eat? Oh, I need to eat that much. How do I eat that much? Right. So again, I think it's very beneficial hiring a nutritionist.
All right. All right. No, I'm gonna ask you like a off the wall question. Like I
Okay.
was thinking about it. I don't know if this has something to do with the gym. I was having conversations about somebody. It's about genetics.
Okay.
Like everybody's built differently, right? And
Yep.
you got sizes, shapes, whatever, right? And people get on people about okay, they got smaller legs, larger torso, whatever. You got trainers or like content saying if you do this, you can look like this. You can do this, you can look like that. I mean, right? Isn't it about how your genetics is? Because not everybody's going to be the same when they train. They're not going to have that same effect. Like when that, like they might not lose amount of weight. They might not gain that bulky muscle. They like me. I can tell you right now, I cannot gain bulky muscle to save my life. I'm just lean. I'm always gonna be lean. I mean, like, but I mean, I mean, what do you think about the whole genetic thing? Like, I mean, the people they want to think that they're going to get all this massive gain every time they lift like 110 pounds or some shit like that.
Well, honestly, when it comes to the genetics do play a part, but I mean, I'm not versed in that area,
All
right?
right, now I'll just ask your opinion. That's all.
Yeah. But like I said, I think genetics do play a part because I mean, if I look, if I personally look back, you know, at my like fam bam, genetically, we're predisposed to be bigger, to be a little bit bigger, right?
Yeah.
But again, genetics play a part to a point, to a point. You can still I want to say be that, I guess, like be that bigger up here, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then there's a difference in like your legs, right? There's a difference in legs, right?
Yeah, bro.
Everybody struggles with the legs.
Right?
Um, but I mean, there's ways to put a little bit. There's ways to put a little bit. It may not be be a lot, but there's ways.
Well, man, yeah, I gotta come back out there, man. Show me
Yeah.
get more muscle down the bottom, man. But
Hey, I got you, man. Squats for days, bro. Squats and deadlifts.
all right, but let's talk about something that happened back in 2020 when COVID happened,
Okay.
when the gym shut down.
Yep.
I mean, how was it like for you? I mean, I assuming you was training at that point and you had everybody coming in. I mean, how was that like for you when that happened? In
Well,
the gym part?
it definitely was I mean, just like everybody else, it definitely was a shock. And then once we got the notice that the gym was closing, all of us were just like, well, what do we do from here?
Yeah.
Where do we go? Um, Luckily we were able to figure out to how to jump on to the online training.
Okay.
So I feel like we were good there. But
Was it popular for
some
you guys? Or did people
um
actually do it?
people actually did. They showed up to the sessions, which was cool. But it's just like, how do we keep that going? How do we sustain that? So we started trying to do a couple other videos here and there. But and then what really got us going through it was actually filming the workouts and putting them out there, and then giving the educational background to why we do it like this. So
Yeah.
that's what kept us going, I feel like, during COVID. And then once we opened up, um, we were able to manage everything else that was going on and make it a safe environment for everybody to come back into the gym.
Gotcha.
Um, yeah, so it was a wild ride, like everybody else would say. But there was a point where I was just like, man, is this it for fitness for the gyms? I mean, we always have working out outside. That's what's beautiful, right? We can always
Yeah,
go outside, get some type of workout. But for some people, that gym atmosphere, that's the motivation, that's the discipline, right?
yeah.
That's why they go there to lock in just them in the gym and leave them problems at the door, right? So yeah, it was tough during that 2022 or that 2020.
I bet it was. Oh, I know, bro. Trust me. And fortunately, I was out there working because I mean, I was labeled essential. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? 'Cause they know being a truck job, you got delivered to everywhere and
No,
stuff
for
like
sure,
that.
for sure. And
All
that
right.
was the other and that was the other battle too, is like with the anybody in like the fitness industry was like, how do you not deem, the gym's essential? Like getting the fitness, but again, we had the ability to go outside. We could still work outside, but
Really?
yeah, that was the back and forth that I noticed a lot when 2020 first happened.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. All right. Let's switch gears to something a little more fun, a little more interesting. January. That's the newbies. Everybody
Yeah.
got the whole New Year's resolution stuff,
Hmm.
right?
Yep.
So, and like, this is a little running joke in gyms that, let's see how long they last and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Now, when they come into you in January, which I ain't gonna lie, I came to you in January too.
Yeah.
So, like, how, like, it's like a certain percentage for people to actually last. Do they come in saying, I want to get bulked up real quick and they don't really last that long? I mean, like, the whole, people make fun of the whole January thing here. Like, do you notice that people like don't last that long? They didn't want to last that long. They ask you a lot of questions about it. I mean, how do you handle with the newbies that come in?
I mean, honestly, I love them. You know what I'm saying? I love them. I love the fact that they got something in mind. They want to get after it. I think what happened is that's what it is. They want the quick result, right? They want
Yeah,
to come in, pump it out, pump it out, pump it out, and see the results at the end of January. But it's just not realistic, right? So any of the new gym goers in January that come sit down with me, I always tell them like, hey, it's not going to be an overnight thing, man.
you
It's not
told me
going to be an
that.
overnight thing. It's
You
not going to be
told
an
me
overnight thing. I tell you, you
that.
got. I always revert back to like a house. You know what I'm saying? You got to build the base, right? You got to build the foundation, right? And you
Yeah.
stack from there. And it's a slow process. Slow process. I always when they come see me in January, I don't even I don't even touch the weights. I don't even do anything like that. We go through a body weight kind of scan, kind of movement screening, and then I'll use a TRX or I'll use the bands, if you remember that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
And
Yeah, yeah,
and a
yeah.
lot of people sleep on those movements, sleep on those exercises because by the end of 15, 20 minutes, they're like, oh my goodness, they're heavy breathing. Like that was it. Those were bands. I was like, yeah, don't be sleeping on them. They do wonders. But yeah, the new gym goers, yo, I love them because they're motivated. They're motivated. Now the thing is, they get for lack of a better term, they get saddened when they don't see those results at the end of the month, right? And that's why a lot of them just fall off. Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
hit my result. Whatever. I'll try again next year, right? And then again, that's why hiring a trainer is important because we'll explain how we need to get you to your goal. What are the processes? What are the steps? Because it's not just, hey, we're just going to pump out heavy weight and then boom. No, again, we got to take care of the nutrition, right? We work with a nutritionist over at Anytime Fitness. So, and we work with healthy food distribution too over at Anytime Fitness. Like we have all these options because we know nutrition is the key. Nutrition is a big part of it. It's not just lifting weights. You got to feed the
Yeah.
body correctly.
So that's what I'm going to ask you. Like when a first time client come in, that's basically like the things you ask them up front, right?
Yeah, I ask
Something
them.
you
I'll
want.
ask them like, what are your goals? I'll ask them how their sleep is. Any previous or current injuries. Do they notice any limitations when they move? Like I
Yeah.
really get down and deep into it, try to figure out and they're like, huh, I never really even thought about that. I'm like, well, next time, you go through that, kind of keep that in mind and see if, turning that way hurts your neck or not. And it's just those little things that helps me kind of put pieces together. I'm like, well, this exercise is going to be more beneficial than this one. Because a lot of the times they'll come in with some wild ideas like, hey, I've seen this exercise on Instagram, or I seen it on TikTok, right? Right. And I'll be like, okay, can I show you something a little bit more that'll help you out so you're not
Exactly.
stressing,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of how my process goes with all my new gym goers in the month of January.
Now, what do you want to hear from them from like a first time? What do
From
you
a
want to
first
hear
time,
from them? Yeah, to you. Like, what is some stuff you want to hear from them?
like honestly, the main thing I would like to hear in those sessions, just coming in off the bat, is their realistic goals. Realistic goals are just putting time frames to it. Like, hey, I want to deadlift 225 in, we'll say, 4 months,
Yeah.
right? Not saying like, hey, I want to get 225 by the end of this week, right? Like, no, that's not realistic, my guy. It's not realistic. So smart goals, right? Smart
Yeah.
goals.
Mhm.
Smart goals. That's I would say that main thing I would like to hear in
The
those
smart
consultations.
goals, right? The
Yeah,
realistic goals.
exactly. Exactly. And then probably coming in second would just be like whole honesty. You know what I mean? Like just whole honesty. Like let's not play these games, right? Come in, tell me why you're here. Tell me why you're here. Let's remove all the layers. Just tell me why you're here. You want to get better. Okay. Tell me why. Tell me why. Because
Mm.
I found out, I went to my doctor's last week and he told me I have high blood pressure. And if I don't do something, then so on and so forth, right?
Yeah.
Some bad stuff will happen. All right. Now we gotten down to the nitty gritty.
Okay.
This is how I can help you. Right.
Listen. I'm. You know what? I'm glad to be honest with you about something here for a second, right?
All right. Tell me.
I remember right when I first came in and talked to you about, the goals I wanted to be. I wanted to be, I don't know. I think I want to be like two something, two whatever it is, right?
Mm,
And you was like, all right, listen, it's going to be a marathon, not a race. You know what I mean? Like you got to be realistic about what you want to do. You got to be able to work hard at it. You got to be able to put the effort in, right?
yep. Consistent.
Now this is something I'm going to admit to you for the first time. Okay.
Oh
I
man.
came in with the wrong shit in my head. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay.
Okay.
So I didn't tell you this when we sat down, we had our first initial meeting, right?
Mm,
I was having like this little bad luck dating thing, right?
yeah. Mm,
So, a lot of us guys know we got this ego thing going on up here, right?
mm,
So, at the time I was meeting females that wanted big guys.
okay.
Yeah, and I was thinking, all right, well, now I'm not measuring up here. You know what I mean? So I got to put on like 25 pounds of muscle and this it. So basically, that's what I did it for when I first came in. Now, if I would have told you that shit in the first beginning, you probably like, get the hell out of my gym.
No, not even, man. We'd have talked a little bit more. Would have broke it down. Like I said, we'd have took away the layers.
No, but that was the reason why I came in for the first time. And then I totally got out of that shit, man. It's not worth it. It's all about health and making myself feel good. I wasn't worried about, this or that. And well, in the first beginning, I really was because I wanted to impress females until, oh God, I forgot her name. Oh my God. She's, what's her name? Alicia?
Oh, Alicia.
Alicia.
Yeah. At the gym.
Yeah, but this before she became a trainer.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And we had a conversation and she told me something on the real that like kind of humbled me. Right. And I appreciate that. I mean, I'm not going to say what it was, but I mean, she humbled me about like, doing it for the right reasons. And I love that right there. Now, let me ask you one more here before I ask you a question from someone who has a question about training and she has something around. Now, what do you think about recording social media in the gym?
Oh, this is a touchy subject. Okay.
Because that's kind of like, it depends on the gym.
Yeah.
I mean, I know people do it. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but I guess there's guidelines and shit like this? Like, I mean, right? What's your opinion about it?
I mean, honestly, my personal opinion, because I do it myself. I record myself in the gym. It's all about sharing the space, right?
Yeah,
If someone walks in front of your camera or whatever, don't flip out, right? It's
yeah,
you don't pay rent there, right? That's not you don't own the building, okay? You can edit that out if you want to later. Like I was filming one time, and I was just off to the side in the Purple Turf because there was a small group training session
yeah.
going on.
Mhm.
So I was just off to the side filming some slams or whatever. And when I came back, when I was done, to go hit stop, everybody was like getting their weights, walking in front. I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, we didn't want to walk in front." I'm like, "Man, it's a shared space. I don't own it. Let's do it." And we started having fun with it, right? That's what
Yeah,
it's all about. It's about the community at the gym, being respectful. Like I said, I'm about the recording, filming at the gym. You just got to be respectful of it, right? Be respectful of it. If you know you're going to be in a high traffic area, right, like in the dumbbells, and that's going to bother you with people walking in and out of your frame, grab some dumbbells and go off into the corner or something. You know
yeah.
what I mean? There's always options. There's always options. There's no need to be like, oh, why are you in my angle and this and that, right? There's no need for that. You know what I'm saying? The gym is supposed to be a place to just, to come up and get after it, right? Come up and get after it and feel good about yourself, right?
Hey, hey, it's supposed to be that way, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be that way.
All right, all
So
right. Bobby, I got a
that's my
question.
take.
There you go. Bobby, I got a question from you. I'm going to read the question the way she texted to me.
Okay.
All right, this is from Mary of PA. Mary, this is your question.
Okay.
It says, Bobby, I just recently lost 42 pounds. I want to tone up my arms. I have what they call bat wings. How many pounds should I start with? What type of exercises can I do? Because I don't want to be flying away in the wind.
Okay. And you said Mary was her name?
My name is Mary. Is it your
All
floor?
right, Mary. So basically if you're trying to target that area, and that area is the triceps, right? Any type of tricep extension, tricep kickback, tricep overhead extension, anything that will focus in on those triceps will help you kind of develop that muscle in that arm back there. But also just don't focus on that single area, right? You want to distribute it because that back muscle also plays in part with your front muscle, which is your bicep. So make sure that you kind of even out and just don't solely focus on the tricep. But as far as where to start, as far as weight, I always tell my clients start light and then move up from there. If you can do, we'll say you grab a 12-pound weight and you can do 10 to 15 reps comfortably, you can go up in weight. And as far as sets, I'd say anywhere from 3 to 4 sets, rep wise, depending on the weight. Say if you got moderate, you got a moderate, so we'll say like, 15, 20, something like that. Anywhere from 10 to 12 reps would be fine on each side. So yeah, I would just make sure, like I said, just to kind of keep that balance. If you're going to do, we'll say 3 tricep exercises, you could either counter it with some chest exercises, or if you just want to solely keep it arm day, find 3 bicep exercises to go with it.
Okay. All right. I just thought about something. When you're training like an individual, right? You gotta go by like Now I'm gonna ask about like personality wise.
Yeah.
Like let's say that they're in a good mood or a bad mood. How do you handle someone like if they're not really feeling, they're not really like responding to what you're trying to do?
Right. So yeah, I have had a couple clients, everybody has bad days, right? Everybody has
Yeah.
bad days. And they'll come in, it's been a long day at work. Ooh, excuse me. Or, they didn't have enough sleep. Their significant others kind of are on their nerves or whatever.
Yeah.
But how I just kind of get them out of it, I'll just kind of, slowly just, I don't know, everybody tells me that I have like this energy that just kind of brings out the happy in people, even if they're having a bad day.
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess it just kind of starts from there, and it just, I can immediately, when they walk in the door, I can tell if they're in a sad mood, bad mood, good mood, happy mood, right?
Yeah.
And based off of that, I'll just, hey man, what's up? Or hey, how's it going, miss? How we doing today? Just that's kind of how it greets. And I feel like just by doing that, it just kind of thank you for just taking away all the heavy weight I just came in with instead of just leaving it out the door. Right. So like for me, that's just what it is. I just start off with just a positive attitude and it just kind of, I guess the energy just kind of carries over from what people
Bro,
tell me.
you do got energy, bro. I tell you, I came in there playing times, man. The energy you have is just unbelievable, man. Like I watched you like train people. I mean, like I see you was kind of easier on them than you was on me, but
Hey,
I'm not
man.
gonna say nothing. You know what I mean? So, but we're gonna go off to I'm about to wrap this up with you in a minute, but I'm going to do something called pick and choose random questions.
Okay.
Now, we talked about this before we came on air. You're going to answer 15 questions, pick or choose, all random, but you got 90 seconds.
All right.
Let's see if you can get better than my other participants.
All right, let's see what we can do.
Bro, listen, man, you gonna do great. I'm telling you right now. Bobby, are you ready?
I am.
All right, let's go. Do cardio or weight lift?
Weight lift.
Change your personality or change your looks?
Ooh. Change my looks.
Lead a small group or be a leader in a big group?
Leading a small group.
Speeding ticket or parking ticket?
Parking ticket because it's less.
Win a race or win a debate?
Win a debate.
Free healthcare or free education?
Free healthcare.
Childhood nickname?
Ooh. Well, I've always been Bobby. It's always been Bobby, actually.
Celebrity crush?
Ooh, Anna Kendrick.
Favorite band or group?
Oh, Dirty Heads.
Huge meal per day? One huge meal per day or 4 small ones?
4 small ones.
Pizza or burger?
Pizza.
Work out at home or work out at the gym?
Work out at the gym.
Texting or talking?
Talking.
Would you rather be a musician or a movie star?
Musician.
What title describes your life?
You cut out. Say that again.
What title describes your life?
Living la vida loca.
He got 1 minute and 27 seconds. My man. My man. My man. I love this. I tell you that there's one thing I want to tell you, right? But before I end this up with you, and I definitely want to appreciate you coming out here.
Nah, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you something deep from my heart. I texted this man before and told him this. When I lost my daughter, like around over 15 months ago, I took the gym very, very seriously more. It actually saved my life. And one of the key parts of that was this man right here on the screen, Bobby. You know, he was very positive, influential in everything I've done. And I want him to really, really take this in that he's the one who started me out on getting into gym because I'm all into it, bro. You see me on social media all the time. I love it. It's my life.
Heck yeah, man. Throwing out those challenges. Those are awesome, bro. Those are dope.
And this man right here, Bobby, actually started me on that journey. Now, if I didn't know this man, right? If I didn't know this man right here, right? I'm sorry. If I didn't know this man to start me out, I wouldn't be here today. So, Bobby, I swear to you, I thank you, brother, for being a part of my life, for introducing me to this journey. And my bad, get on emotional, man. I'm sorry, man.
Don't apologize, man. It's love right, dog.
I want to let you know how special you are, bro. You really are. And to me, you are the best trainer ever. Like you are my trainer. I just want you to know, man, like you are a special man. You're a great trainer. You influence a lot of people in your gym. I see it all the time in and out of that gym. People love you. They respect you. I respect you. I got mad love for you. Keep on doing what you're doing. And man, like, I want to thank you for helping me save my life. Seriously.
Nah, man, I appreciate you and everything that you've done. You know what I'm saying? It's a back and forth. You know what I mean? You know, back and forth with you. Now you give me all teary-eyed.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
That's okay,
my bad,
bro.
baby. My bad.
Grown man can cry. It's cool. Grown man can cry.
That's right. We can.
Yeah. But yeah, man, like, you know, I'm always here for you, my guy. I'm always here for you. For you to say all those positive kind words, man, it means the world to me. Real shit. It means the world to me.
I love it, man. Bobby, is there one thing you want to say to everybody about the world of fitness? In the gym, lifestyle, whatever, like one good message to everybody today. It's something you want to say to them.
Well, I mean, yeah, this could go for anything in the gym, in life, personal, relationships, anything. If you started something with a goal in mind, don't stop until you hit that goal. Okay? Don't stop until you hit that goal. Because once you hit that goal, man, you're gonna look back at all that work and be like, it was fucking worth it. It was fucking worth it. So that's my advice to the people right there.
There you go. Bobby, it's great to have you on, man. I appreciate you, man. Seriously, you know, giving your knowledge about everything in the fitness world. You know, like I said before, you're a blessing to me, man. And you're a blessing to a lot of people out there in Colorado. If you want to give a shout out, like, what gym you at right here?
So yeah, I'm over at Anytime Fitness Aurora. We're out here in Southeast Aurora. So yeah, come by, get a training session. Let's get it.
All right, everybody. This was episode 8 of Let's Talk About It. Be sure to check out episode 9. Peace. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining today's podcast. Please click and subscribe. Help us support this so we can bring more real people, more real talk, more real topics, more real conversations.
Subscribe now.